channel, bienvenidos. I'm so glad you're here. Soy Morgan, I'm Morgan, and today we're going to be talking about 10 things that I miss about Spain. For those of you who don't know, I was a teaching assistant in Madrid for a year, so I lived in the center of Spain for a year and I traveled to other parts of the country as well as other parts of Europe. If you're not already, please subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out. It helps me to keep making fun videos like this for you guys. And also, if you want to check me out on Instagram, I post more personal content on there. We have some fun conversations and I upload almost daily on there. Okay, without further ado, let's get started. Vamos a empezar. Number 1, the colors. I miss the colors in Spain so much. I loved how my neighborhood in Malasaña was really colorful. Each building was this incredibly beautiful saturated color, and I would walk outside and I felt like I was literally walking through a rainbow. It was amazing. Even in other parts of Spain, the buildings were really pretty. I think that Americans tend to be really fascinated by the architecture in different parts of Europe because we don't really have that here in the States. Things feel a little bit more bland and plain here in most parts of the US. So that was one of the first things I noticed was, wow, it is so colorful here and I love it. I would not consider myself a minimalist. I don't like when things are just all beige or white or cream colored. I think it's really boring. So for me, I loved that everything was really bright and colorful. Number 2, in general, people seem to be more accepting of each other. Like, no one really cares what you do, where you work, what you wear. Like, it just wasn't a big deal. People were like, no pasa nada. I think it's different for some people in the older generations. Maybe they had a harder time accepting like the younger way of life, I suppose. But I really felt like throughout my time in Spain, no one was really concerned with what you were doing. People were just focused on themselves, and it was kind of like this no pasa nada attitude, and I really enjoyed that because I think that there's certain places in the States that I've been that feel a little more like judgy. And I know that that exists everywhere, but at least the experience I had in Spain felt really welcoming to all different kinds of people. Number 3, I miss the public transportation because it's super advanced. It's so easy to get somewhere through the metro, the bus. There's lots of opportunities to use a scooter or a bike, and I miss how easy it is to walk to nearly anything you need. Of course, it's easier to walk to more places in one of the cities, but I found that even in the smaller towns, like the one I worked in, or when I would just go visit other places, people are willing to walk longer distances. The infrastructure in Spain is set up a lot differently than it is in the US. So I really enjoyed that there's so many walkable places. It keeps you more fit, and I know that I built a lot of cardio endurance because I constantly was climbing stairs like all day long, but I really enjoyed that. Number 4, I miss how cheap it is to travel throughout Spain and other countries in Europe. It doesn't take much money to get you really far. I remember one time I bought a round trip ticket from Madrid to France for 18 euros, which I think is about 22 US dollars more or less. Like that kind of travel just doesn't exist where I live. You can book a flight with Ryanair and it might not be the most comfortable ride, but that's how they keep it cheap. If you guys want a video on how to travel for cheap, let me know. I know that there's the pandemic going on right now, but maybe it would just be good to learn now so that when things open up, you already know what to do. Okay, number 5. I miss how cheap healthy produce is. You could get 3 apples in Spain for like €1. In the US, it costs like at least $2 for an apple, which is just crazy to me. And they don't use pesticides there, so all of it's just organic, which is freaking awesome. But I would stock up on fruits and vegetables all the time because it was healthy, and also it was super, super cheap. Buying groceries in Spain was always pretty inexpensive, which I definitely appreciated. Also, the wine in Spain is really cheap. My friends and I would often buy a bottle of wine for like €2, maybe 3 if we were feeling fancy, and we would take it to the park and split it together. I'm sure that adults there probably spend more money on wine, but I'm saying that you can get a pretty decent bottle of wine for like €2, and it's awesome. I think the most expensive wine bottle we ever got was €6, and you can't even tell the difference. So I definitely miss that. Thank you. Number 6, I miss the way that people always look a little bit put together. I noticed that the women didn't really wear tons of heavy makeup, but they still looked so beautiful, and it just sort of this effortless fashion sense. And men had it too. I noticed men in Spain typically always looked really nice. I thought the fashion in places like Madrid was really funky and cool, and I appreciated that a lot. People seem to love like thrift shopping there. But yeah, I would say it's not very common to see people in workout clothes or just like a big t-shirt and sweatpants walking around. That's not really a thing. So I appreciate the effort that Spanish people put into their appearance. Even if it's minimal, they always look good. I sometimes felt like an ogre next to the Spanish women. Some of the moms that I nannied for, I was like, I am a sewer monster and you are a princess, and I'm not sure what to do about it. So sometimes it was a little intimidating, but it was interesting nonetheless. Number 7, I noticed that many people in Spain had this natural curiosity to learn. For example, one time I was riding the bus to work. I looked at the man sitting a few rows behind me, and I noticed he was reading this cute little book with animals on it, and it said, "My first English vocabulary book." And this man was probably at least 90 years old, and I loved that he was taking the time to learn something new. It could have been English, it could have been something about computers or art, it doesn't matter. I just love that people seem genuinely interested to learn new skills and even new languages. I remember another time I saw this man teaching free dance lessons in the park, and strangers would come up and like do a dance with him, and it was just so much fun. And I feel like no one cared what they looked like, or no one cared if other people were judging them. They were just having fun, and I really, really admired that. Number 8, I think I'm gonna get some heat for this one, but I really miss the tacos in Spain. Tacos al pastor is incredible. It's like otherworldly. The salsa that they put with it is just chef's kiss. So, so good. I miss taco away. I'm so sorry, but it's true. That's like where me and my friends would go after a night out. I know taco away is not authentic Spanish cuisine, but it is so good, and I don't care what anyone says. It's like a Chipotle in the US. Also, I miss the kebabs. I used to think that kebabs were only on skewers and you would see them at a barbecue or something, but no, if you have been to Spain, you know what I'm talking about. I feel like a lot of countries in Europe are really into kebabs, but they're so, so good. They're really good at 2 in the morning. They're good at 2 in the afternoon. It's just, hits the spot every time. The white sauce was so good. Let me know if you liked the orange sauce or the white sauce more. And comment your favorite place to get kebabs. I don't know if everyone likes them, but you just can't beat them, okay? Number 9, I really miss how people would give you a kiss on each cheek when you go to greet them. The dos besos. I'm sure this has probably changed with the pandemic and everything, which makes sense, tiene sentido, but I thought it was such a cute greeting. I would sometimes even see men do this for each other just as friends, and I thought that was really sweet and cute, and just something that I wasn't used to. I miss this because it always made me feel welcomed, and I remember that me and my American friends would start doing this for each other, and all of us would just like give each other a kiss on the cheek by the end of the year. Even the guys would do it for each other, and I just thought it was so, so cute. And I hope that we return to that after the pandemic. Number 10, last one. I really miss the way that young Spanish people would use English slang words. For example, one time I was on a date with this guy, and he was like, yeah, so I was talking to my roomie, and we were having so much fun. Did I mention my roomie and I? And I was like, It was just really sweet because although roomie is a word in English and we use it a lot of times in the US, most of the times men don't typically use that. I've heard more women say that as a slang word. I don't really use it, but I just thought it was cute. I was like, he probably heard this word on a TV show or something and he's using it, and I thought it was really sweet. Another word that people of all ages use in Spain is super or super. It's very overused, and I thought it was really cute every time people would be like, you are a super profe, or you are a super profe assistant. I was like, that's really sweet, because I don't think that we use that word like as much as people in Spain do, but I thought it was sweet that they would use it a lot, and it would always kind of just like make me smile. You make me smile. You make me smile. Okay, sorry. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have visited Spain, let me know if you agree with me. Also, if you would like to see a video about the things I don't like about Spain, let me know and I can make one of those as well. Clearly there's a lot of things I loved about it, but no place is perfect, so if you are interested in hearing about that, let me know. Thank you so much for being here with me and Philip. We love you and appreciate you and all the wonderful kind comments that you guys give, and we will see you next time. Ciao. Ciao. Adiós. Vale.